All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the Daxxion mobile app to see how you would use this to view or perform new inspections utilizing either the QR code stickers or the RFID tags if you purchase those options. So here we are on the home screen of the mobile app. Now you'll use your same credentials that you would use to log into the web application, your email and password to log into the mobile app. Once you're on the home screen of the mobile app, you'll see you have two main options down here at the bottom, QR code or RFID. So we'll start with the QR code. It is the simplest. So if you recall, in the web portal, we generate and show QR codes, and we'll provide these as stickers to be attached to your equipment so you can simply walk up and scan. So what you'll do is you select QR code, and whenever you are ready to scan the appropriate item, you simply hit the scan button, approach the QR code, and hit scan. Then you're presented with two options. You can either perform a new inspection or view the details. So first we'll look at the details here, and as you can see, we are able to look at the serial number, the model number, if there's one associated, as well as who this piece of equipment is assigned to. You also get some basic information overview here as well. You see the current closure rate for this piece of equipment as well as the next due date. And then down at the bottom, we also provide a list of year-to-date inspection history, and you can see who performed the inspection, if the inspection was completed on time, and what the disposition of that inspection was, whether it was passed or failed. So let's go back and we'll actually go ahead and do a new inspection. And you'll see that the inspection form that we built in the web video is now available in our mobile device as well. And you can come through here and select options, insert some notes if you want, make any changes into this form, and then whenever you're ready, you just simply come down here and hit Submit Inspection, and then it's going to prompt you, is this a pass or a fail? So if the inspection passes, and we'll assume it does in this situation, we'll hit Pass, and then once again we ask you to confirm that. Are you sure that the equipment failed or passed? In this case, it passed. We confirm that it passed. We hit Confirm, and then we get a big green check mark says, hey, this equipment passed. And as you can see now we have 3 inspections showing up on our inspection history list here. Awesome. So that is the process with the QR code. Now, if we go back, what we'll see is, let's see how the process looks if we were to go through the RFID. So click RFID. It's going to present you with this option to scan a tag. So if you have the NFC tags, you'll simply put your phone up to it, scan the tag, and it'll show the exact same thing. You'll notice that there's one other option down here called Program New RFID, which we'll look at in just a moment. So same thing, if I click the View Details, you see I get the exact same information. If I go back, hit New Inspection, I'm not going to fill out this inspection form again, but you'll see that the form is still the same, and it's the exact same process. So if we go back, now what you'll see is we've got this Program New RFID button down here. And what this is this is a way to kick off the program flow in the event that you expire a piece of equipment or a piece of equipment fails, but you want to reprogram that RFID to a new piece of equipment. So let's say you have a harness and the harness fails an inspection, and so the harness needs to be taken out of service and assigned to a new user, or that user needs to be assigned a new harness rather. So what you'll do is, instead of having to go through and buy another RFID tag, you simply relocate the RFID tag to the new piece of equipment. And whenever you go through this program flow, what that does is it allows you to take the same RFID tag and program it to another piece of equipment. So I'll demonstrate that here. So we hit Program New RFID tag, and what you can do is you have the option to either search for a piece of equipment, or if you have that piece of equipment's QR code handy, you could scan the QR code as well. In this case, I'll just search for harness. Search, and we can see we've got this harness in our system. And so I want to reprogram this tag that was associated to my lanyard. I'm going to go ahead and move it over to the harness equipment. So you get this confirmation box where you can validate that you're sure that this is the equipment you want to reassociate this tag to. Click OK to confirm, and it's going to give you one more warning. It says, hey, this RFID tag is already associated with a piece of equipment, the lanyard and the serial number. Are you sure you want to override this data? In this example, yes, we do. We want to assign this to a new one. And then it says, okay, your RFID is updated. Now we got to scan the tag to write the new information into this tag. So we'll scan our RFID tag one more time. And now the harness has been linked to the chip. And if we come here and we hit view details, you'll see that this is actually the harness. And if we go back, we do a new inspection. I'll just complete one quick inspection, submit, pass, confirm, inspection pass. And now you can see we have our harness operating on this RFID. If I scan it again, we can scan it one more time just to make sure. And go to view details, and yep, it is still assigned to our harness. So that's how you can reprogram tags to be associated with new equipment whenever equipment is taken out of service. This gives you the added benefit of not having to buy a new tag every time. But what happens when you first buy your tags? You've just gotten all your new NFC tags in the door. How do you initially associate those? So what we'll do is I have a blank tag, and I'll scan the blank NFC tag or RFID chip, scan that, and it'll say, hey, this tag is not linked with any device. So it presents you with the option to program a new RFID. So you hit program, and I'll assign this to, well, actually what I'll do is I'll show you the process of doing the scan QR code. So now, instead of doing a search, I can just scan the QR code, and then you get the confirmation. Are you sure? Hit OK. All right, and it's going to say we want to override any data that's on this chip already. So sometimes they have data, sometimes they don't, but we're going to go ahead and override any data on the new chips. And we scan it, we write it to our chip, and it says, hey, this lanyard has now been linked to this RFID chip. And if we hit view details, you can see the lanyard has now been programmed into this RFID chip. So if I come all the way back home, now I have two chips programmed, one for a harness, one for a lanyard. So if I hit RFID, I can scan. This is the lanyard chip. This will pull up the details of my lanyard. And if I go back, I'll rescan the chip we programmed to the harness. Scan that and hit view details, and you can see that we have our harness. So that is the process of if you want to scan a chip that is already, or that is brand new, you want to associate that with some existing equipment. All you have to do is scan the chip, and it will start you into the program flow, walk through the steps, and it will write the data to the chip for you, and then you will be ready to go.